Hello everyone, welcome to Another Day in the Car. This is JuleZ, and I'm bringing you a weekend update to the Orrin and Orson West missing person case, also known as Cincere and Classic, their birth names. And I finally found and downloaded that video for you of the news report that was talking about the neighbor's surveillance video from the 19th. And I'll let you look at that.
Orrin West and 3-year-old Orson West from California City have been missing now for 5 weeks.
David Kaplan joins us now. He spoke to a California City Police Chief about security cam footage from a neighbor that may help. David?
Dave Rochelle Police Chief John Walker says Trezell and Jacqueline West say they left their California City house on December 19th with their 6 children to go Christmas shopping in Bakersfield. Take a look at this video. You can see an adult holding the door open while 4 children go into the van. Then later that day, 2 adults, which appear to be Trezell and Jacqueline, come back to the house without any kids. Chief Walker says the Wests say they dropped off 4 of their children, not including Orrin and Orson, at a family member's house that day. Walker says that day, December 19th, was the last day the other 4 children say they saw Orrin and Orson. The West family moved to their California City house in September. Walker says neighbors say they saw children there, but could not specifically say if they saw Orrin and Orson. In studio, David Kaplan, Eyewitness News.
So the story is that on December 19th, Trezell and Jacqueline took the 6 kids to go Christmas shopping in Bakersfield. And while there, they dropped off 4 of the kids, not including Orrin and Orson, and then they went home. What I don't know is where the location of Orrin and Orson was on the 19th, since the video seems to show Trezell and Jacqueline taking 4 kids out to the van, and Jacqueline and Trezell returning home alone. Now, whether there's other footage that I'm unaware of that shows Orrin and Orson, I don't know. But just from that piece, I don't know where Orrin and Orson were. And I'm hoping that there's some video footage somewhere that shows the kids shopping or something. But interestingly, Chief Walker says that the other 4 children have said that that day was the last day that they saw Orrin and Orson. So I'm wondering, did they see them at home? Did they see them at Grandma's house? Somebody else's house? You know, where were Orrin and Orson? And I'm really interested in knowing what your guys' thoughts are as well. Next up is a clip from the news from tonight, which was January 30th.
Next to the deepening mystery of 2 little boys who vanished from their own backyard in a small California town. Orrin and Orson West, ages 3 and 4, went missing just before Christmas. The FBI has joined in the search. Tonight, the police chief says he suspects foul play, but he hasn't given up hope. Here's ABC's Zareen Shah.
Tonight, law enforcement officials not giving up hope in their urgent search for 2 young California City brothers who vanished.
I'm still optimistic, and I'm very hopeful they're still alive.
In late December, Trezell West and his wife Jacqueline say they last saw 3-year-old Orson and 4-year-old Orrin in their backyard, and suddenly they were not there.
Came inside the house, searched the house, me and my wife. Once that didn't pan out, I got in the van. I looked down the street, both directions.
Law enforcement saying neighbor surveillance video first obtained by KBAK shows the father jumping into a van to look for his boys, the couple then calling police.
We have to suspect there's foul play.
The entire community shaken.
These are 2 little boys. They're about 3 feet tall. And if they're out there, they're scared.
The Wests adopted the boys 2 years ago and have 4 other children, all now in protective custody, which the chief calls standard procedure when foul play is suspected. The house has been searched and the backyard dug up. But investigators stress no suspects have been named.
And Tom, California City Police say they've gotten dozens of tips daily. They've asked multiple people for polygraph tests. And now the adoptive dad's extended family, they're offering $30 grand in reward money for the boys' return, bringing the total reward to over $100,000.
And in that news clip, they say that Chief Walker says that he still has hope that the boys are alive and that they will be found. And we do know that the community is still very shaken by this, and so many people care and are trying to find these little guys. Chief Walker says that there's no named suspects. I've seen a lot of people jumping to the conclusion that means that the adoptive parents are off the hook because they're not suspects. Well, there are no named suspects. That doesn't mean anyone is off the hook at this point. We also learned that multiple people have been asked to take polygraph tests, and we do not know the results of, who took them and who refused them, and we don't know who all has been asked either, but apparently multiple people, not just the parents, have been asked to take that polygraph. So it looks like there is something going on in this case, and while there are no named suspects, that does not mean that there is no one that they're looking into. It just means they're not going to tell us at this point. They're not going to tip anybody off as to who is suspected in this case, and I'm interested to hear your thoughts and theories. Thank you for watching Another Day in the Car with JuleZ.